Hey guys, I thought I'd do a video today. Like I do every year at this sort of time of year, and that is talking about my word of the year. And I've been setting myself a word of the year for a few years now. I've actually gone back and looked at some of my old videos on these today, and I will pop links below, so you can go and watch those too if you're interested. And like, I don't know, sometimes I feel kind of weird about watching some of my old videos. But I find my word of the year ones quite useful for me because I can see them as like how I'm changing and like my growth, my personal growth emotionally and spiritually, that kind of thing. So I've really enjoyed kind of like watching my videos back. And before I watched my videos back, for a few days now, I've been, I don't know, thinking about, oh, is it time to think about a word for the year? Normally, my words for the year, just like, I don't seek them, they seek me. Normally, my word for the year just kind of like, I don't know, just pops into my head one day, you know? I can be sitting there and not really thinking much of it, and then a word comes in and I'm like, yes, it's my word for the year. Nothing like that. I haven't had that kind of epiphany yet this year, which is interesting. And so part of me wondered whether that's it, whether assigning myself a word for the year has kind of come to a natural end, you know, whether I don't need a word for the year. At the end of the day, it's just something to kind of like reflect on, meditate on, reflect on, use as like a mantra or a philosophy for the way you want to live, what you know, how you want to live your life, or how you want to improve, or something you want to do. So in previous years, I've had the word you, which has been about, you know, getting back to who I was, because I felt like I lost my way for a little while and lost my identity in who I was, and also about making time for myself, that kind of thing. I've had the word best, which is, you know, like you're, you know, like a positive like affirmation, like, don't worry, you are doing your best, and if you're not doing your best, then why aren't you doing your best? You should be doing your best. Then in 2017, I set the word. So I've got a note just here. You probably can't see it. I've also got my Christmas bedding on. It doesn't really go with the rest of the room, you know, because the room's grey and the bedding is brown, but it's got stags on it and tartan on the other side, and I love it. So 2017, I set my word simplify, and I also kept that running through 2018 as well. So I'm falling off the edge of the bed, slipping. Simplify, which was like slowing life down, decluttering my mind, decluttering the house, living a simpler life, and all that kind of stuff. And I have to say that really still resonates with me. I used it in 2017, I used it again in 2018. I had two words this year for 2018, and I really still feel like that is a word that I should be taking into 2019. I feel like it's actually a word that may not leave me for quite some time, because everything for me is about like simplifying things. I overthink too much, so I need to simplify that. I need to stop trying to like do too much, simplify, you know. We're still working our way through the house, becoming more and more minimalist, decluttering. You know, I think, you know, I'm in a bit of a weird sort of time in my life at the moment. Things have kind of changed a bit, like you know, things have changed, and yeah, it's kind of like working out who I am again, and what I am, and where I want to go in life, that kind of thing. And I feel we've had some right shit this year, to be honest with you. Towards the end of the year, we had something crazy upsetting that happened in October, and you know, until that point, like, you know, life was good and I was so happy and such in a good place. Something shit happened in October, and it's taken a while to kind of get over that, and I feel like I'm now over that, although it is in the back of my mind. But it's kind of like just getting life to settle back down again, and like, you know, work out what we're doing and everything. And I've worked out that what makes me the happiest and what our blend is and everything. It took me a while to do that, to be honest. I felt like when I used to work in an office, I felt like I lost quite a lot of who I was. And then, you know, since I've been working for myself, which has been like, what, 5 years now, I feel like I have reclaimed who I am as a person. I feel like I was bullied in the workplace, and I was bullied at school, and they all affect like who you are and who you become, and I was miserably unhappy in my jobs. But now I am blissfully happy. You know, we went through years and years and years of trying to have a baby, and then we adopted. We've got a beautiful little girl, or you know, and I feel like everything has kind of like fallen into place for me. So it's kind of, it's an odd one, is what I'm trying to say. It's an odd one this year, because I do feel really blissfully happy. And, you know, some would say then, why were you, you know, what are you going on about, kind of thing. But it's just something that I've just been so used to doing, is setting a word for myself, that I'm now a bit like, oh, I don't know, I don't know. So I've decided to stick with the simplify. I think that will, you know, carry on running through. Other things that popped into my head are honour, live and rustic. They were all things that popped into my head, but neither of those really stuck with me. I never felt that any of those were my words. The honour was about like honouring yourself, so continue to honour who I am as a person, and to improve myself, and to be truthful to me, be truthful and like honest with you, with who I am and all that kind of stuff. Like I used to hide who I really was as a person for quite a while, because I was like trying to conform. I don't do that now. I may have lost a few followers, or I may have lost a few friends because of it, but I feel like if they don't want to know who the real me is, then that was probably a shallow relationship anyway. So, you know, so honour was one. Live, like, was another one, like, you know, being fully alive and fully aware and all that kind of stuff. And the other one that I jotted down was rustic. Now I've really found, like, through my journey, through reading, through meditating, through spiritual practices, that I like and enjoy living a more rustic life. Through different circumstances, like, yeah. It's very hard for me sometimes, like, to talk about stuff and to be, because I try and be truthful and honest and open, but also there are some situations regarding my family where I have to be closed and I can't disclose those things. So sometimes I find it quite hard to, like, articulate. But we now homeschool because of things, and I am, all of us are really enjoying it. It is really working now for my daughter and her needs, and it is working for our family and our needs, and it's just really, really working. And we're getting, like, that balance of, like, working and homeschooling and everything. And as part of the homeschooling journey that we have been on, we have been doing a lot more, like, forest school. I guess like, we like going out and about in the woods. We're always out in the woods as a family, or at the beach or whatever. One of my words for 2018 was also adventure, and adventure is definitely something that we managed to pack in last year. You know, we were very conscious that 2018 into 2019, if my daughter was still going to be going into school, that, you know, we wouldn't really have much time left to kind of do all these crazy, like do loads of adventures and making the most of her being young and around and all that kind of stuff. So we tried to cram in for 2018 as many adventures as possible, which I really feel happy, and I really feel like we did that. So what I'm saying is that I've realised, in order for myself to be happy, for myself to be truly happy and excuse me, the person that I want to be, I've got a Christmassy drink. Marshmallows on top, you see. It's extremely naughty, guys, extremely naughty, but it's Christmas. So I don't care. The diet starts in January, as they say. I've also got water, excuse me. I don't really diet. I should probably. Well, yeah, anyway, that's another story for another time. So I found that in order to be like truly happy for myself, I need a lot of outdoors time. I need to feel more connected to the earth around me and to nature. And that is what makes me truly happy. And as I said, like part of our homeschool journey, we are doing a lot more forest school stuff, and I am loving that. I am so happy. I have got like I've got two soulmates who just like really, I don't know, just sort of fill my cup with, they're just so much like me, and we're on this journey. I mean, it's interesting that once you start, I think, like, if you followed any of my videos, I can't remember if they were on this channel, on John's channel, on my old channel that I never post to anymore. Like, I've been a vegetarian like pretty much all my life. My mum was a vegetarian, is a vegetarian, and you know, for the last 5 years, John and I have been 4 or 5 years ish. John and I have been sort of like 75 to 99% vegan. And I find it interesting, like, when you start down certain paths, that the other paths and other schools of thought or enlightenment start to kind of open for you. I would class myself, like, religiously, spiritually as pagan. My dad was very much into Taoism and Buddhism growing up. And I find myself, as I say, like pagan. I don't know. I don't necessarily like to put an exact label on things, but I am happiest, as I said, when I'm like connected to the earth around me, when I'm out there experiencing nature, when I'm in the woods, when I'm doing forest school, when I'm on our adventures, that kind of thing. That is where I'm happiest. So that's kind of how I felt like the word rustic came in, and kind of in line with simplify, you know, like being more rustic, cooking on an open fire, being in the woods, camping, eating simple food like beans on toast or jacket potatoes, that kind of thing, that sort of rustic element. So that kind of resonates with me. And it's kind of, but it's finding a word, like the one word that kind of fits all that, that contains the honouring yourself, the rusticness, the feeling like you're living, the simplifying and the adventure. Finding one word that encapsulates those things and that feeling just hasn't come to me, has not come to me. If you have that word, please let me know, because I don't know, I'm struggling for it. So yeah, I'm probably going to adopt simplify, because I just really can't think of any other word. But I like oracle cards. I do like oracle cards. I've got quite a few oracle cards. I decided to shuffle, before I did this video, I decided to shuffle a deck. I just chose the first one in my box. Next to my bed I have a unit, and I have a box of with oracle cards in, and I have these Magical Unicorns by Doreen Virtue. They're lovely, and I asked for some help, some guidance on my word for the year, and the card that I drew was this one. The reflection, sorry, it's really bad. So it's happy thoughts, and instantly I was like, yeah, that's it. I had probably been lying to myself, but for the last couple of months since we had this thing going on, I have had quite a few negative thoughts in my head. Not towards myself, like, you know, not sort of sinister, nothing sort of like, nothing sort of mental healthy in terms of like depression or suicide or anything like that. But in terms of, I feel like I've been absorbing quite a lot of negativity, and I feel like I've had quite a lot of negative thoughts, and some days I've been quite grumpy. So happy thoughts is definitely something that I need to, I could do with working on as well. So that was really interesting that I pulled that card out. So I'm probably going to incorporate that. And it's got loads of clouds on, and you know me, I really like clouds, and it's got a unicorn. I like unicorns, but clouds, sunrise, beautiful colours. So yeah, that really spoke to me, the happy thoughts. So I know this video is long, and I know it's rambly, but it is what it is. I just thought it was interesting because I really enjoy watching people talking about their words of the year, because I draw inspiration from that, and I find it really interesting to how people could get to their word of the year and all that. And I've also been enjoying watching, a lot of people have done the Ali Edwards course, the One Little Word course. I enjoy watching those videos as well. That was something that I was semi tempted to do, but being realistic to myself, I'm not sure whether I have the time. But I should probably prioritise and make the time. The reason I say that is because in 2018 I signed up to do the Life book by Willowing again. I've done it previously, and I haven't completed or watched or anything anywhere near the amount of classes there are. Luckily with that you can download them. You can download them and do your own pace, which is why I don't do it every year, because you know, it takes me a while. And also I subscribe via Patreon to some people and artists, so yeah, it's a double thing really. Money, I can't afford to like subscribe to another thing, and secondly, like time, I feel like I've got enough kind of, but I really like the One Little Word concept. Kind of have to keep checking I haven't got any marshmallows. So yeah, I do feel like I want to do some journaling. Maybe I'll do that in another video because this one's long, about my words and everything. So maybe if that's the sort of thing that you'd be interested in, let me know and I could do a video on that, or if not, I'll just do it for myself personally. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at this year with my word of the year. I need to find a word that encompasses all of those things that I want to achieve, like the simplify, the adventure, the honour, the rustic, the live. And yeah, as I was saying, because I'm terrible for losing my train of thought, that I think once you start down a certain path, like, you know, we went more vegan. We're not 100% vegan. We eat pretty much vegan, but you know, you start to be enlightened or open up to other things, like we're now homeschooling, and you know, we're very conscious of waste and plastic use and all that kind of stuff. So you start to go down like a different paths in your life, and you know, I could quite happily live in the middle of a wood in a yurt, or just live in the middle of the woods, to be honest. But I need to find something that encompasses, maybe I use all of those words, I don't know, but I need to kind of think about a word that encompasses all of those things. But that's where I am with it. I thought I would do a video anyway, just to kind of let you know where I'm at with my word of the year, because I know some of you probably are interested, because you've probably watched my other word of the year videos from the last couple of years. So yeah, hit me up with any suggestions of words, and if you do a similar video, let me know, because I'd love to watch, because I'm just really into that kind of thing. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.